Hello, I'm Dr. Druv and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a channel not on medicine, but on all the other aspects needed to live our medicine lives. Today, we're going to be talking about the 4% rule, the infamous 4% rule or the famous 4% rule, which is developed by the Trinity study that was done in order to explain how one could draw down their retirement savings in order to last them for the period of retirement where they're not working. So what is the 4% rule? The 4% rule is essentially a guideline that suggests that retirees can safely withdraw 4% of their savings during the first year of retirement and adjust that amount for inflation in subsequent years. Now, this is invested into a traditional portfolio. Again, we won't be talking about what that portfolio is, but essentially by investing in traditional portfolio and using that in order to draw income for our living years until we pass away, we can then fund our retirement and our lifestyle. So for example, if you had $1 million in your retirement, as you can see here in the graph, you could essentially withdraw $40,000 pre-tax, obviously, because all of this is taxed depending on how the investments are structured in the first year of retirement, and adjust that amount by inflation moving forward. Because the rate of return on your portfolio will be greater than the rate of return that you're greater than the withdrawal, so to speak. That'll allow us to basically not run out of money, so they speak. Now, there is some controversy in the 4% rule, where some people have said that it's now down to 2.8 or 2.5%, and some people have said that even we can go higher than 4%. Again, that's outside the scope of this video. But what you have to understand is based on your savings there. You can see here, let's say you have $2 million, then you can withdraw about $80,000, which would be 4% of $2 million, or $6,667 per month, or $219 per day. Whatever you want to use in order to fire, so to speak, financial independence, retire early. And so rather than using this at the time of retirement at the age of 65, where you're accumulating, $1 million in savings, if you have a high income, or if you're a high income earner, you may be able to save $1 million. Then you know that you are now able to create $40,000 of passive income using this particular guideline, but not a guarantee, so to speak. It's based on historical data. The 4% rule is based on historical data and research on how different investment portfolios have performed over time. It assumes that retirees will invest in a mix of stocks, bonds, and other assets, and they will adjust their portfolio over time to maintain that appropriate balance of risk and return. So you can see a lot of moving parts, which we won't be covering in this particular video. So why is understanding the 4% rule important? Well, it can provide a rough estimate of how much money you will need to save for retirement and how much money you can safely withdraw each year if you're a do-it-yourself investor, or a robo-advisor investor, or a self-directed investor. So it provides a framework for thinking about how to invest your money in order to provide a sustainable income stream during retirement. It's important to keep in mind that the 4% rule is just a guideline and may not be appropriate for everyone. Personal risk tolerance, your other sources of income, and the other economic factors all have an impact on that. And so how do we use the 4% rule? Well, in the previous videos, we talked about, how to open a brokerage account, how to invest into the public markets, how to use traditional portfolios. And again, I'll re-emphasize these in the future videos because this is not the end. This is just the beginning on these educational videos, and how much money you will need to live on during retirement, and then calculating how much you'll need to save to reach that goal. I have a few calculators and tools that I've developed that, I would say would need some level of coaching, which is the reason, some resources I share on the Facebook group and some I don't, because it is important to understand how these tools were developed, because these are all, at the end of the day, ideas and concepts, and not necessarily set in stone, not a guarantee. And I'm not an expert, financial expert or an accounting expert or a tax expert or a lawyer or an estate planner or any of that kind. But I have noticed that, those experts, just like us as physicians, don't have the time to explain to us that, diet, exercise is still a very good way of living a healthy lifestyle. And so I want to focus on those aspects and maybe help each other as professionals, as doctors, to focus on non-medicine aspects that we still need to have some basic knowledge on. So it's important to generate income during retirement using this 4% rule. So in conclusion, I mean, that's 5 minutes. The 4% rule is a widely used guideline for determining a sustainable withdrawal rate for retirement savings, and it's important for physicians to understand it as a part of a planning for their retirement. It's important to keep in mind that the 4% rule is just a guideline. It may not be appropriate for everyone. Personal risk factors, personal risk tolerance, other sources of income, current economic climate, black swan events like the COVID-19 pandemic can either improve or wreak havoc on our retirement planning and retirement incomes. And it's important to work with a financial advisor, retirement planning expert, or read books or listen to hundreds of podcasts to be able to plan your retirement, so to speak. If you don't trust financial advisors or don't want to hire financial advisors, don't have the money to hire a financial advisor. So hopefully you found this video informative in a world filled with information but not succinctness. A few action items: if you'd like to follow the exact frameworks used by affluent physicians to take back control of their time and money, then use the links in the description below. I make these videos because my mission is to fight burnout in 10,000 physicians across this world, and I had hoped that someone would, impart this knowledge in a quick, short period of time. I am a busy full-time practicing physician, and I don't have time to essentially become, a financial advisor, an accountant, or a lawyer, all these, but we do need to have some basic concepts, like the diet and exercise, how to eat a healthy diet, how to cook a healthy meal, how to exercise properly so we don't cause low back pain, all those things we talk about with our patients that took us decades to learn. Similar to that, I want to create these strategies and assets or tools in order to be able to pass this on to my family, and in this case, pass it on to you as my legacy. Come and join my free community of like-minded physicians where we share all these resources, cheat sheets, calculators, and everything in between so that we could live the best life of our medicine dreams. And it starts with you. I'm excited to be able to share this with you. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you for doing what you're doing. And on that note, I'll see you in the next episode.